Beloved child, before you continue, listen carefully. There is a reason these words have found you today. This is not a message about fear. This is not a message about chasing someone. This is a message about clarity, timing, and a truth that has been hidden from your eyes for longer than you realize. Take a moment and ask yourself this question. Have you felt recently that someone is paying attention to you from a distance? Have you sensed unusual energy around your relationships? Have you noticed strange coincidences, repeated encounters, unexpected messages, or thoughts about commitment appearing again and again? If your answer is yes, then stay with this message until the end, because what is being revealed today may change the way you see your future. My dear one, many people are looking for love in all the wrong places. They search endlessly for signs. They search endlessly for names. They search endlessly for confirmation. Yet what they fail to realize is that some connections begin forming long before they become visible. Someone has been thinking about you. Someone has been watching your growth. Someone has been noticing your strength. Someone has been paying attention to the qualities you do not even recognize in yourself. And the surprising part is this. You may not even realize who this person is. For a long time, you believed that certain doors had closed forever. You believed that certain opportunities had passed. You believed that certain people had forgotten about you. But appearances can be misleading. Not every silence means rejection. Not every delay means denial. Not every distance means separation. Sometimes things are developing behind the scenes. Sometimes hearts are changing. Sometimes people are gathering the courage to speak. And sometimes a future is quietly taking shape while you are focused on completely different things. Beloved child, this message is not asking you to become obsessed with a specific person. It is not asking you to stop living your life while waiting for someone to arrive. Instead, it is asking you to become aware. Aware of the possibilities around you. Aware of the people who value you. Aware of the connections that deserve your attention. Because there are moments when life begins to reveal something important, and those who remain attentive are the ones who recognize it first. Now listen closely. The person connected to this message may not fit the picture you created in your mind. That is why so many people miss opportunities. They become attached to expectations. They become attached to specific outcomes. They become attached to a story they invented. And because of that, they fail to notice what is actually happening. The name that would shock you is not shocking because it belongs to a stranger. It is shocking because it belongs to someone you overlooked. Someone you underestimated. Someone you placed in a category and never reconsidered. Someone who has quietly respected you. Someone who has noticed your kindness. Someone who has admired your resilience. Someone who has seen your value even during moments when you doubted yourself. Think carefully. Who comes to mind when you hear those words? Do not rush. Do not force an answer. Simply allow your thoughts to settle. Because sometimes intuition notices things before logic does. My child, there are people who enter our lives for a season. There are people who enter our lives to teach lessons. And there are people who enter our lives because they are meant to build something meaningful with us. The challenge is learning the difference. Many people chase excitement while ignoring stability. Many people chase attention while ignoring sincerity. Many people chase fantasy while ignoring genuine care. Yet lasting relationships are often built on things that seem ordinary at first. Respect, trust, patience, consistency, understanding. These qualities may not create dramatic headlines, but they create strong foundations. And strong foundations are what carry relationships through every season. Perhaps this is why this message has appeared in your life today. Perhaps you have been focusing on what sparkles instead of what lasts. Perhaps you have been overlooking what truly matters. Or perhaps there is simply a new chapter approaching, and you are being encouraged to prepare for it. Whatever the reason, one thing is clear. Your story is still unfolding. The future has not finished surprising you. The chapter you are living right now is not the final chapter. There are conversations that have not happened yet. There are opportunities that have not appeared yet. There are connections that have not fully revealed themselves yet. And there are blessings that have not arrived yet. Never assume you already know everything that is coming. Life has a way of surprising those who remain open. Beloved child, if there is one lesson to take from this message, let it be this. Do not underestimate your worth. Do not underestimate the impact you have on others. Do not assume nobody notices your efforts. Do not assume your kindness goes unseen. Do not assume your journey has been invisible. The qualities you carry matter more than you realize. The strength you develop through difficult seasons matters more than you realize. The compassion you show matters more than you realize. And the right people notice those things. Even when they never say a word. Even when they remain silent. Even when they stay hidden in the background. The truth often takes time to reveal itself. But when it does, it changes everything. So move forward with confidence. Move forward with wisdom. Move forward with patience. Do not chase what is uncertain. Do not force what is not ready. Allow the right things to unfold at the right time. And remember, the greatest surprises are often the ones nobody sees coming. The most meaningful connections are often the ones that develop quietly. And the most beautiful chapters are often the ones that begin when you least expect them. Keep your heart open. Keep your standards high. Keep your faith strong. And keep moving forward. Because your story is not over. In many ways, it may only be beginning. Faithful soul, now that you have heard the first part of this message, there is something even more important that must be understood. Many people stop listening the moment they hear a promise. They become excited by possibilities. They become distracted by imagination. They begin creating stories in their minds before reality has even revealed itself. Do not make that mistake. The purpose of this message is not to fill your mind with fantasy. The purpose of this message is to help you recognize what is real. Because there is a difference between someone being interested in you and someone being ready to build a future with you. There is a difference between attraction and commitment. There is a difference between admiration and dedication. There is a difference between temporary emotions and lasting intentions. And that difference changes everything. My child, someone may admire your appearance. Someone may admire your success. Someone may admire the way you speak. But the person who truly belongs in your life will admire your character. They will admire the way you continue moving forward when life becomes difficult. They will admire your honesty. They will admire your faith. They will admire the person you are when nobody is watching. That kind of admiration is rare. And when it appears, it deserves attention. Now listen carefully because this next part is important. There are signs that often appear before a meaningful relationship enters a person's life. The first sign is growth. Many people expect a relationship to rescue them from loneliness. But healthy relationships are rarely built from desperation. Instead, they often appear when a person begins growing into their strongest self. Think about your own journey. Have you become stronger recently? Have you learned difficult lessons? Have you overcome challenges that once seemed impossible? Have you gained wisdom through disappointment? If so, then you may already be experiencing the preparation phase of a new chapter. Because growth changes what you attract. Growth changes what you tolerate. Growth changes what you desire. And growth changes who notices you. The second sign is clarity. You begin understanding what truly matters. You stop wasting energy on people who constantly create confusion. You stop chasing approval. You stop lowering your standards just to avoid being alone. And suddenly, you begin recognizing the difference between attention and genuine care. That clarity becomes a powerful filter. It protects your heart. It protects your future. And it helps you identify the people who deserve a place in your life. The third sign is timing. Many people try forcing things before the season is right. They become impatient. They become frustrated. They begin questioning everything. Yet timing has a way of revealing what effort alone cannot accomplish. What is meant to develop often develops naturally. What is meant to grow often grows steadily. What is meant to last often takes time. Remember that. Because impatience has destroyed many opportunities that patience could have protected. Beloved child, there is another reason this message has found you today. You have been underestimating yourself. You have been focusing on your flaws while ignoring your strengths. You have been looking at what is missing instead of recognizing what you already possess. And because of that, you may not realize how valuable you truly are. The world teaches people to compare themselves endlessly. To compare appearances. To compare achievements. To compare lifestyles. To compare relationships. But comparison steals joy. Comparison steals confidence. Comparison steals gratitude. And most importantly, comparison prevents people from seeing their own value. You were never meant to become someone else. You were meant to become the strongest version of yourself. And the moment you truly understand that, everything begins changing. Your energy changes. Your confidence changes. Your decisions change. Your relationships change. The people around you begin responding differently. The opportunities around you begin appearing differently. Because confidence built on self-respect creates a powerful presence. Not arrogance. Not pride. But quiet confidence. The kind of confidence that does not need constant validation. The kind of confidence that remains steady even when circumstances become uncertain. My child, The person connected to this message may already recognize something special in you. They may already see strengths that you overlook. They may already appreciate qualities that you take for granted. They may already respect the journey you have traveled. And that is why this message is urging you to stop speaking against yourself. Stop calling yourself unworthy. Stop calling yourself invisible. Stop calling yourself unlucky. Stop repeating stories that weaken your spirit. Words matter. The conversations you have with yourself matter. The beliefs you carry matter. Because what you repeatedly tell yourself eventually shapes how you see the world. If you constantly expect disappointment, you will overlook opportunities. If you constantly expect rejection, you will overlook acceptance. If you constantly expect failure, you will overlook progress. Change the story. Change the expectation. Change the way you speak about your future. Because your future is still being written. And the next chapter may contain surprises beyond anything you currently imagine. There is something else that needs to be exposed today. Fear. Fear has been standing between many people and the life they desire. Fear of rejection. Fear of heartbreak. Fear of being misunderstood. Fear of taking a chance. Fear convinces people to stay where they are. Fear convinces people to settle. Fear convinces people to remain silent when they should speak. But growth begins when courage becomes stronger than fear. That does not mean fear disappears. It means fear stops making the decisions. And once fear loses control, possibilities begin opening. New conversations become possible. New opportunities become possible. New relationships become possible. New beginnings become possible. That is why this message is not only about another person. It is also about you. It is about becoming ready. Ready to receive something healthy. Ready to receive something meaningful. Ready to receive something genuine. Because even the greatest opportunity can be missed if a person is not prepared for it. Preparation matters. Character matters. Wisdom matters. Discernment matters. And those qualities are being developed within you right now. So do not become discouraged by delays. Do not become discouraged by unanswered questions. Do not become discouraged by uncertainty. Sometimes the most important things are taking shape beneath the surface. Sometimes progress is invisible before it becomes visible. Sometimes the foundation is being built before the structure appears. Trust the process. Trust the lessons. Trust the growth. And trust that every season has a purpose. The story is not finished. The revelation is not complete. And there is still more that needs to be understood before the full picture becomes clear. So remain attentive. Remain hopeful. Remain patient. Because what is hidden today may become obvious tomorrow. And what seems impossible today may become reality sooner than you expect. Precious child, as this message continues, there is a truth that many people never discover until years later. The people who change our lives are not always the people we expect. Sometimes we spend years looking in one direction while destiny is quietly approaching from another. Sometimes we become so focused on one possibility that we fail to notice another possibility standing right in front of us. And sometimes the very thing we have been asking for arrives in a form we never imagined. That is why this message is urging you to remain open. Not desperate. Not anxious. Not obsessed. Open. There is a powerful difference. Desperation creates pressure. Anxiety creates confusion. Obsession creates blindness. But openness creates awareness. And awareness allows you to recognize opportunities that others miss. My child, think about the relationships that have entered your life over the years. Some arrived suddenly. Some arrived unexpectedly. Some seemed insignificant at first. Yet when you look back, you realize they played an important role in shaping your journey. Life often works this way. The biggest moments rarely announce themselves in advance. They arrive quietly. They arrive naturally. They arrive through ordinary conversations, ordinary encounters, and ordinary days. Then one day you look back and realize nothing about those moments was ordinary at all. That is why patience is so important. Patience allows the story to unfold. Patience allows truth to reveal itself. Patience allows people to show who they truly are. And that brings us to something that needs to be exposed today. Appearances can be deceiving. Many people present themselves one way while living another way. Many people speak beautiful words but lack sincere intentions. Many people promise commitment while avoiding responsibility. That is why wisdom is essential. Do not judge people only by what they say. Pay attention to what they consistently do. Actions reveal character. Actions reveal priorities. Actions reveal intentions. Words can create impressions. Actions reveal truth. Remember that. Because one of the greatest mistakes people make is falling in love with potential instead of reality. They fall in love with who someone could become. They fall in love with promises. They fall in love with possibilities. Meanwhile, they ignore what is actually happening. Do not build your future on assumptions. Build it on truth. Build it on consistency. Build it on trust. Build it on mutual respect. Those are the things that endure when excitement fades and challenges appear. Beloved child, there is another reason this message feels urgent. You are entering a season where discernment will matter more than ever. Not every opportunity deserves your energy. Not every invitation deserves your attention. Not every connection deserves access to your heart. The ability to recognize the difference will protect you. Some people enter your life to add value. Others enter your life to consume value. Some people encourage your growth. Others become obstacles to your growth. Some people celebrate your success. Others secretly resent your success. Learning to recognize these differences is a sign of maturity. And maturity changes everything. The older and wiser you become, the less interested you are in chasing attention. Instead, you begin seeking peace. You begin seeking stability. You begin seeking authenticity. You begin seeking people who are genuine. Because genuine people are becoming increasingly rare. They do not play games. They do not manipulate. They do not constantly create confusion. They communicate clearly. They act consistently. They value honesty. And those qualities create trust. My child, trust is one of the most valuable things two people can build together. Without trust, relationships become fragile. Without trust, every misunderstanding becomes a crisis. Without trust, fear begins controlling decisions. But when trust exists, relationships gain strength. Challenges become easier to overcome. Communication becomes easier. Growth becomes easier. And that is why trust should never be treated lightly. It takes time to build. It takes effort to maintain. And it can be destroyed in moments. Protect it. Value it. Respect it. Because the strongest connections are built upon it. Now there is something many people do not want to hear. The future you desire requires preparation. Not just hope. Preparation. Hope is important. Faith is important. Positive thinking is important. But preparation is equally important. If you desire a healthy relationship, become a healthy person. If you desire honesty, practice honesty. If you desire loyalty, practice loyalty. If you desire respect, practice respect. The qualities you seek should also be qualities you develop. That is how strong foundations are created. That is how meaningful relationships are sustained. That is how lasting happiness is built. Faithful soul, there may be moments ahead when uncertainty tries to return. You may question whether progress is happening. You may question whether change is coming. You may question whether the future holds something better. During those moments, remember this message. Remember that growth often happens before results become visible. Remember that preparation often happens before opportunities arrive. Remember that clarity often appears after confusion. And remember that some of the greatest blessings in life arrive unexpectedly. You do not need to force the future. You do not need to chase every possibility. You do not need to live in fear of missing out. What you need is wisdom. What you need is patience. What you need is the courage to continue moving forward. Every season teaches something valuable. Every challenge develops strength. Every lesson creates wisdom. And every experience contributes to the person you are becoming. Nothing is wasted. Not the victories. Not the disappointments. Not the delays. Not the struggles. Everything can become part of your growth if you allow it. So lift your eyes beyond today's uncertainty. Lift your eyes beyond temporary frustration. Lift your eyes beyond unanswered questions. There is more ahead than what you can currently see. There are chapters you have not read yet. There are opportunities you have not discovered yet. There are conversations you have not experienced yet. And there are blessings you have not received yet. Remain hopeful. Remain wise. Remain patient. And most importantly, remain true to yourself. Because the right future is never built by pretending to be someone else. It is built by becoming the person you were meant to be. And when that happens, the right opportunities begin finding their way to you. The story is still unfolding. The revelation is still developing. And what comes next may be far greater than anything you expected.